Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. As always, there's a lot to cover, so let's get started with today's headlines. If there's anything we've learned over the years, it's not to mess with Mother Nature. But so far the news is good on the storm front. Tropical storm Bret continues to move straight west through the open water between Cuba and South America, and while its winds have strengthened to 60 miles an hour, it has shown no inclination to turn to the north toward the Atlantic or the Gulf Coast. Its current track has it headed toward Central America over the next few days. The state legislature and the governor agree on so much of the recently passed state budget that state leaders have decided not to call the House and Senate back into session to deal with McMaster's vetoes until the regular session next spring. McMaster vetoed only $1.5 million out of the $13 billion state budget, about 1/100th of 1%. The 11 items he vetoed mostly involved spending requested by individual lawmakers that the governor wanted more information on. In comparison, last year McMaster vetoed $53 million worth of projects, and in 2021 he vetoed $150 million in items passed by the legislature. In a related story, the legislature only approved $500,000 of the $1.25 million that USCB had asked for to get the Prichard Island research operation back up and running. Still, USCB seems happy with the commitment by the state to resurrect the environmental study project on the undeveloped island that was given to the state nearly 15 years ago, but has been quiet for the last few years. USCB hopes to use Prichard's Island for significant marine biology and climate change studies. The 70-room hotel project and parking garage in downtown Beaufort once again has the green light to continue after a district court threw out the lawsuit filed by fellow developer Graham Trask. The project got the original go-ahead from the city's Historic District Review Board in 2021. The battle will continue at the State Court of Appeals, and no hearing date has been set for that. The fastest-growing county in South Carolina has decided to slow down for at least the rest of this year. The Jasper County Council approving a 270-day or 9-month moratorium on large residential developments and commercial projects that will affect properties along the Broad River, Highways 170 and 462, and Bees Creek Road. Council Chairman Martin Sauls says the county needs to be more sensitive to the cultural and environmental needs of the rural portions of the county and wants to make sure there's enough infrastructure to handle the exploding growth. However, the Jasper County Council and the school district continue to battle over money the schools say they need to educate the county's kids. County leaders don't want to raise anybody's taxes. Superintendent Anderson says most families in Jasper County can't afford charter schools or private schools. Council members are questioning whether extra money would be used for building projects instead after a referendum to build more classrooms failed last fall. For now, the schools will get the same amount of money they got last year, though further negotiations are being discussed. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. Well, our sports report got rained out yesterday, and Maria is off today, so there's also no weather. But there's lots more to come, so please stay with us.